kitchen could feel like a charming old-world cottage on the first crisp evening of autumn without a major renovation or an expensive shopping spree. Imagine warm wood, aged brass, vintage pottery, deep burgundy linens, ruby red glassware, and thrifted treasures glowing beneath soft golden light. Today, we're creating exactly that atmosphere with cozy fall kitchen decorating ideas built around one of 2020 SIX's most beautiful autumn color stories, Moody Burgundy and Rich Red. Wine-inspired reds are gaining attention for fall 2026 because they bring depth, warmth, and sophistication while pairing beautifully with natural wood and antique finishes. So stay with me, because these ideas will show you how to make your kitchen feel collected, nostalgic, and wonderfully inviting. Let's begin with the foundation, color. Traditional fall decorating often reaches immediately for pumpkin orange, but this year, burgundy and deep red offer a moodier, more sophisticated alternative. Think Merlot, oxblood, cranberry, brick red, wine, and faded berry tones rather than bright primary red. These shades work especially well in a kitchen because they complement warm wood cabinets, cream walls, aged metals, and natural stone. You don't need to repaint the entire room either. A burgundy runner, red café curtains, vintage dish towels, or a collection of cranberry-colored pottery can introduce the palette gradually. The goal is not to make the kitchen look themed for fall, but to create an atmosphere that feels naturally autumnal. One of the easiest ways to make fall kitchen decor feel authentic is to shop your local thrift stores, flea markets, antique shops, and secondhand markets before buying anything new. Vintage kitchen accessories naturally bring patina, craftsmanship, and individuality into a room, helping create the collected home aesthetic that is becoming increasingly popular. Look for old wooden cutting boards, ironstone pitchers, enamelware bowls, copper cookware, vintage canisters, embroidered tea towels, ceramic crocks, brass candlesticks, and unusual serving pieces. The beauty of thrifted decorating is that you don't know exactly what you'll find. One imperfect little pitcher may become the centerpiece that makes your entire kitchen feel personal. If you're decorating a kitchen for fall on a budget, never underestimate the power of textiles. Fabric can completely change the mood of a room without altering its permanent features. Try replacing everyday towels with linen or cotton tea towels in burgundy, cranberry, muted red, or burgundy and cream stripes. Add a narrow runner across a kitchen island, drape a vintage textile over the handle of an oven, or introduce a small plaid accent where it feels natural. For a cottage kitchen, look for faded patterns rather than perfectly matched sets. A slightly worn textile can actually make the room feel more authentic. Layering fabrics is also an easy way to embrace the broader 2026 movement toward interiors that feel tactile, comfortable, and lived in. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite fall kitchen decorating ideas: vintage pottery. Open shelves become especially beautiful when they're filled with pieces that combine function and decoration. Imagine cream stoneware stacked beside burgundy transferware, an old ceramic pitcher filled with dried branches, and a few handmade-looking bowls arranged casually rather than perfectly. Don't worry if the pieces don't match. In fact, variation is part of the charm. Vintage kitchen design often works best when different eras and materials are allowed to coexist. Choose a repeating color thread such as burgundy, cream, or warm brown to visually connect your collection while still allowing every thrifted piece to have its own personality. Here's a simple idea that can create an unexpectedly beautiful effect. Introduce ruby red or cranberry-colored glassware. You might find vintage tumblers, small bowls, dessert dishes, vases, or even an old pressed glass pitcher at a thrift shop. Place a few pieces where natural light can pass through them, especially near a window or open shelving. The glass catches the light and creates tiny flashes of autumn color without overwhelming the kitchen. If you have clear glass cabinets, this is an especially effective trick. Mix red glass with amber bottles, cream ceramics, and aged brass for a palette that feels warm and collected. It is a small detail, but sometimes the smallest details create the strongest seasonal atmosphere. Kitchen countertops can easily become overcrowded when seasonal decorating begins, so the secret is intentional grouping. Instead of placing autumn decorations everywhere, create 1 or 2 meaningful compositions. For example, arrange a vintage wooden cutting board against the backsplash, place an ironstone pitcher beside it, and fill the pitcher with dried red branches or eucalyptus. Add a small ceramic bowl of apples and perhaps 1 antique brass object. That's enough. The arrangement feels decorative while remaining functional. Thrifted countertop styling is particularly effective because everyday objects can become part of the display rather than simply adding more seasonal merchandise. The result should feel like a kitchen that happens to be beautifully decorated, not a showroom filled with fall accessories. Burgundy becomes even richer when paired with warm metallic finishes. Copper pots, brass hardware, antique candlesticks, aged bronze accessories, and vintage metal trays can introduce just enough glow to balance the darker red tones. If your kitchen already has copper cookware, let it become part of the fall decor instead of hiding it away. Hang a few pieces from a rail or arrange them above the range. They're warm, burnished surfaces naturally complement burgundy, wood, and cream. You can also search thrift stores for old brass trays, candle holders, or small decorative objects. The important word here is aged. Perfectly polished metals can feel formal, while patinated metals create the relaxed, heritage character we're after. Open shelves are a wonderful opportunity to create a seasonal story. Start with the practical pieces you already use: plates, bowls, mugs, pitchers, and then weave in a few autumn accents. Stack cream plates beneath a burgundy bowl, lean a vintage cutting board behind a ceramic pitcher, and place a small framed botanical print at the back. Add 1 or 2 seasonal objects rather than covering every available surface with pumpkins. This approach creates visual depth while keeping the shelves functional. Vintage kitchens frequently use open shelving, eclectic accessories, peg rails, and practical objects as decoration, which makes this strategy feel authentic rather than overly styled. The secret is to let negative space remain visible. If you want a more dramatic transformation, consider café curtains. A burgundy floral, tiny check, ticking stripe, or faded red gingham fabric can instantly give a kitchen that cozy cottage personality. Hang the curtains only across the lower portion of the window so natural light can still enter while the room gains softness and privacy. Look for vintage fabric at thrift stores, antique markets, or fabric remnants, because slightly faded textiles often have more character than brand new material. Pair the curtains with cream walls, natural wood, and simple brass hardware. This creates a beautiful balance between moody color and lightness. And if you're creating a vintage kitchen or cottagecore kitchen aesthetic, this one detail can make the entire space feel transformed. Some of the most beautiful fall kitchen decorations aren't decorations at all. Fill a vintage wooden bowl, ceramic crock, or stoneware vessel with seasonal fruit. Red apples, pears, pomegranates, figs, and dark grapes can introduce natural color while keeping the kitchen practical. The deep reds of the fruit reinforce our burgundy palette without looking artificial. Place the bowl on a kitchen island, breakfast table, or countertop where it becomes part of everyday life. This is also an excellent way to embrace the collected, lived-in look because the room feels like a real kitchen rather than a staged photograph. Autumn decorating works best when it celebrates everyday rituals: baking, cooking, gathering, and sharing food. For an inexpensive centerpiece, step away from traditional artificial fall arrangements and use natural branches, dried herbs, seed heads, or seasonal foliage. A few burgundy-toned branches in an old ceramic pitcher can become a striking focal point against a pale kitchen wall. Dried rosemary, thyme, sage, or lavender can also bring texture and a subtle connection to the garden. Dried herbs are increasingly being used in rustic kitchen styling because they add visual interest while supporting that relaxed countryside atmosphere. Just remember that kitchens can be humid and dusty, so replace or refresh dried botanicals when they begin to look tired. Natural materials should feel fresh, not neglected. Every cozy kitchen deserves a little ritual corner, and fall is the perfect season to create one. Choose a small section of your countertop and style it with a vintage tray, ceramic mugs, a small sugar bowl, a wooden spoon, and perhaps the burgundy tea towel. Add a thrifted brass or ceramic container for coffee or tea, then place a tiny vase of dried flowers nearby. The objective is to make this area feel inviting enough that you want to stop and enjoy it. Autumn decorating is ultimately about atmosphere, and nothing creates atmosphere quite like the suggestion of a comforting daily ritual. Imagine warm coffee in the morning, cinnamon tea in the afternoon, or hot cocoa after dinner. Now, let's bring the burgundy palette to the kitchen table. Start with a natural linen or warm cream tablecloth, then layer in burgundy napkins, vintage plates, wooden chargers, and mismatched glassware. Add a low centerpiece, so conversation remains easy. A shallow bowl filled with apples and pomegranates can work beautifully, or you could use a collection of small brass candlesticks surrounded by dried foliage. Don't make everything symmetrical. A collected tablescape feels more welcoming when objects have slightly different heights, shapes, and finishes. Fall 2026 decorating is increasingly moving toward layered, character-rich interiors rather than perfectly coordinated spaces, so embrace pieces that look as though they were gathered over time. The right lighting can completely change how burgundy and red appear after sunset. During the day, these colors may look rich and dramatic, but under warm lighting they become intimate and incredibly cozy. Switch off harsh overhead lighting when possible and introduce smaller sources of illumination, a table lamp on a nearby sideboard, a rechargeable accent lamp, or warm candles arranged safely on a dining table. Amber and caramel-toned lighting can complement the deep reds beautifully. The goal is layered lighting rather than one bright source. This idea fits perfectly with today's emphasis on layered comfort, where texture, varied lighting, and collected objects work together to make a home feel warm and livable. Perhaps the most important fall decorating idea is also the easiest. Decorate with things that mean something to you. A grandmother's mixing bowl, an old recipe card framed on the wall, a thrifted picture from a memorable shopping trip, or a collection of mismatched mugs can make your kitchen feel more special than an entire cart of new seasonal decorations. The current return to vintage and collected interiors reflects a desire for spaces with personality, history, and emotional warmth. So don't worry about creating the perfect Pinterest kitchen. Create your kitchen. Let burgundy towels sit beside your favorite old wooden board. Let the imperfect vase stay imperfect. Those details are what make a home feel alive. And that brings us to the end of our cozy fall kitchen decorating journey. From Moody Burgundy textiles and cranberry glassware to thrifted pottery, copper cookware, vintage linens, natural branches, and softly glowing lights, we've seen how simple details can transform an everyday kitchen into an autumn retreat. The biggest takeaway is that you don't need a complete renovation or a huge decorating budget. Start with one color, find a few meaningful vintage pieces, layer natural textures, and let your kitchen evolve gradually. If you enjoyed these cozy fall home decor ideas, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more seasonal decorating inspiration. And tell me in the comments, would you decorate your fall kitchen with Moody Burgundy and red this year? I would love to hear which thrifted find you'd bring home first.